Gemini, I already pulled you out a card and you've got the potato, which is all about grounding. So this says explore the deeper innermost areas of yourself and situations, as potato indicates energies that are calling you to look again at what you may have once missed and will help to bring stability. If you're looking for an answer, try pulling back a little to let things settle on their own first. Challenges at the moment may include ignorance, self-centeredness, and forgetfulness. So make sure you are compassionate and focused. So that is your message so far. Hello, my lovely Geminis. Welcome to your reading with me. This reading today is going to be actually what you need to hear right now whenever you're watching this video. So it's a bit of a timeless one. So let's just dive straight in, shall we? So we'll put the potato there. Now, number one, fives are all about changes. All right. And I do see it as a number of karmic changes. I don't know why. It's more about things that are necessary to release or to change in your life. So we'll find out what that means to you. Let's dive into the rest of your cards, shall we? My gorgeous Geminis. Let's see. What is going on for Geminis? What do they need to hear right now, please, Spirit? What messages do you have? You have a leg up, which is about getting support and help from others, maybe from relying on a soulmate a little bit, being open and vulnerable with a lover or with people, you know, who could be potential lovers or even family and friends, right? Relationships that you've got around you is going to be important. Maybe that's going to help ground you a little bit here, but let's see why they're linking together. Let's get you a couple of tea leaf tarot. For Gemini, you have new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up, and Spirit's just giving you a little warning. There's some hard work ahead, right? So yes, new beginnings are opening up for you, and it's all going to be, it does feel good, right? Hard work usually is a great thing, especially with the archway. It feels like this is the good kind of hard work that's coming up ahead. So maybe this is a really good time to, again, ask for help and support if you need to. You don't need to know everything. I always say with a leg up, you're the baby polar bear. So this could be an area that's new to you. You might not know the roads ahead. You've never done it before. So it's okay to lean on others for support. Or we live in a good time right now where you can just Google it, right? You can just search it up, ask people online. So it's a really good time to understand that you don't have to do it all alone. Maybe you guys are a little bit super independent, hyper independent, and you struggle with asking for help. This is a really good time to reach out to others, because maybe they are the people who are going to help you open up new doors. Maybe they're the people who are going to help you understand what you need to do whenever you're stuck with a problem. So again, a really important time to trust and rely on others, because it's okay to be tired, for your little legs to be tired and need some support. And it's also okay to let other people help you, right? Doesn't mean that you're less strong or, you know, that you're a failure, because it doesn't mean those things. So I would really double check within where that feeling might be coming from if you do struggle with vulnerability and being dependent on others sometimes, or allowing yourself to depend on others. Okay, let's dive in. What's the current energy surrounding Gemini when they're watching this video? Oops. All right, well, we're going to take that. My whole deck fell on the floor, so Spirit might be a little bit mad at you for not resting. Focus on your health. Okay, that's one thing I want to say. So anything that you can do to research a little bit more about your health, right? That could just be if you're catching colds all the time, then maybe there is, you know, like I'm not a doctor, so I'm not diagnosing you. It's just an example, but maybe it's a really good time to check up on your immune system support, right? Etc. etc. The Four Swords is also about resting, healing. Can also link, I guess, to grounding. I'm gonna quickly pause the reading, pick up the cards on the floor, and then we'll dive a bit deeper. Okay, pick that up. So this is what's going on around you as well. So maybe it feels like a little bit of a winter time, which makes some sense here with the leg up here, because it's in the wind. It's like it's sometimes survival mode, feeling a bit like things are a bit stagnant right now. Let's see. But I'm pretty sure potatoes are great to plant in the winter. I might just wrong with that. Either way. Let's see your energy right now when you're watching this video. Okay, you're in a 10 of Cups. The Devil is there. We'll look into that. It can be about fears and whatever. But the 10 of Cups in your energy is a really good card about family, about community, about connecting with others, finding happiness with others. It could be about you and your future goals, right? Your future desires or wants out of relationships, because it's more of an emotional happy ending, right? And most importantly, about family and community. So that's how you're feeling. Maybe you just decided that community is super important. Maybe you're spending more time with the family, healing family wounds. Let's see. Why is the Four of Swords the energy surrounding Gemini right now? 7 of Cups, So that's a card of confusions or mixed emotions or a lack of closure in some ways, feeling a bit lost. So why is the Seven of Cups here with the Four of Swords? The Knight of Pentacles, which is planting seeds. It's my card with the keyword of progress, making progress. But it is about solidifying something. So it makes sense with grounding, actually. So this healing process, you really sit with yourself and your thoughts and kind of being able to clear your mind is very important for you to be grounded and to make progress, to really fully know what you're planting, what you want. Four of Swords, the Knight of Wands. Some of you do need to still heal from situations where you might feel a bit like you're still hurt or wounded, maybe holding on to pain or just being a bit afraid or a bit wounded since something happened. So the Four of Swords with the Nine of Wands does suggest it's time to kind of understand that you're safe now, and to heal that, right? A Nine of Wands is a bit like, I call it the PTSD card. I'm not diagnosing you again, but the reason why I say that is because it's almost you have a hard time letting go, or to letting go of your guard, because you have this, I don't know, survival mode within you, this coping mechanism that you have to be on guard all the time just in case, right? And that can come from, situations that you've dealt with. So what's the Seven of Cups doing here? The Hermit. So, and again, like you have the Four of Swords again. So it's a very deep need at this time that you're watching this video to go within, to take some time out, right? And maybe that means you have to lean on others. Maybe you need a break from work, right? Because your mental health might be struggling or your physical health might be struggling. It's a really important time to really go within, to really sit with your thoughts, okay? To take that break. And again, we got that winter energy here as well with the Hermit. So looking at life through another lens, really reflecting on what needs to be healed. Okay, especially because that's with the Seven of Cups, right? So really clear. I didn't even realize that was on the bottom of the deck. I wanted to show itself so you can find happiness. So what this is telling me is maybe some of you guys are not very happy. Maybe you got a lot of ideas or feelings that you feel like you should be living life a certain way or whatever, and it's taking its toll on you. Let's see why the Ten of Cups in your energy. I like this card again. Community and anything that's going to help you feel emotionally better is so important. Why is the Ten of Cups in Gemini's energy right now? Queen of Cups. Putting your feelings first. Spending time around people who love you and who you love. Focusing on your feelings and your heart. That's your energy right now. So maybe a bit sensitive, right? Because you're an air sign. Usually we'll see swords, but we're seeing a lot of emotions right now. And maybe that's a new side of you that's coming out. Maybe once you let that guard down, you realize that this coldness is a persona, right? And really deep down, your heart just wants to be loved and supported. And you're starting to realize maybe that's what's important to you. Yeah, there's a lot of change coming through. Ten of Swords, again, maybe you have been through a very difficult ending in your life. Or again, you're deciding, I don't want to say you're deciding to change. The Ten of Swords feels a little bit like it's kind of just happening. Maybe through a lot of buildup of pain in some way. So the Eight of Wands and the Judgment is about a cleanse that's going on from Spirit's perspective. Okay, I'm going to dive into then what are potential challenges or anything that you need to know that might be coming up for you. Six of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So Six of Pentacles is about paying attention to what and who you give your time and energy to, especially because it's coming up on top of this. So something that they want you to do right now is, again, bringing to balance where you're putting your time and energy, withdrawing it from maybe situations and things that are taking from you and not giving anything back, right? It's a really big time for you guys to kind of get your life in order a little bit, especially the Pentacles are more solid. So that would be that grounding energy to start to put into practice prioritizing your heart, right? That's interesting. So that's your daily routines. That's maybe changing jobs for some of you, or again, just deciding how much importance you're giving to something. About who, people wise, who you give your time and energy to. Is it just making you unhappy, or is it making you actually happy? So it's a really important time for that. It's about rearranging your resources, energy, time, finances. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? What's the message behind this for Gemini? Queen of Pentacles. Now that's interesting, because this feels like now you're getting your finances in order, right? It also feels like just in terms of resources, because again, the Queen of Pentacles is about that. Once you rearrange this, you're going to have even more for yourself. And I wonder if a lot of you kind of, spent a lot of time giving to everyone else, making everyone else happy. And it feels like now you're starting to ground your energy. It's very common for people to be so, thinking about everyone else or trying to people please in a way, or always being the supporter, that you actually lose yourself and you're like, whoa, I've not been grounded this whole time. I've been so busy over these years focusing on everyone else that I've not built anything for myself. So it does feel like that's what's changing for you guys, is that you're actually starting to take a time out from how you've walked this journey, and you're starting to do it differently and take more time out, more maybe dependency on others, or again, opening your heart to others. But most importantly, your resources are changing. So again, maybe you're going to a job that has a higher income. Maybe you're deciding that again, you want to save a bit more. You want to withdraw your energy from some people who are taking it from you. Whatever you're deciding, the Queen of Pentacles is a really good card saying that you're going to have a lot more stability and build yourself up here. So I like that energy. I'm going to look into some advice that Spirit has for you. Is that the Emperor? It is. This is about you taking back control in your life. So I love that. So yes, in the beginning, we have to be open and vulnerable, but the advice seems to be a little bit like you're going to get your mojo back again once you heal from things, once you ground yourself, once you focus on what really matters to you, and you're going to get your fire back, because maybe all this water energy, emotional energy has been kind of draining a little bit, maybe not super convenient in life, right? We want to always be on the go most of the time, but this time in your life where this is happening is very important for you to get your fire back again. All right. So the Emperor feels a little bit like who you'll be in the future. Some of you could be your own boss. Some of you could be in a really high position of authority in terms of career. But in general, it's about being in control, building an empire, not just a little city. It's about building big things for yourself. So that looks quite good. Why is this the advice? Something flip or not? Here it did. It's the World, because it's a new beginning for you. What I'm hearing is how this chapter ends is not how it begins. And I want you to know that, because maybe how it's beginning is just, again, a little bit more, it's not bad, but when you're going through it, it's like very emotional, having to rely on others, having to, take some time out. Maybe you don't want to do that. You feel like you're behind or whatever, but you're learning, like that baby polar bear, you're learning. Okay. Anyway, the Emperor, the World as your advice is that you're in control. Whether you realize that or not, there's a new beginning on the horizon, and that you're going to change from this. Any other advice? And that there is definitely hard work ahead. The other advice is to let go of disappointments and things that you had to walk away from or are walking away from, and resisting the urge to dwell, right, on disappointments. This is a card of focusing more on the silver lining if you're able to, or what you still have, right? It's a bit of changing from pessimism to optimism, from disappointment to making the most of what you've got left. Okay, so that's your advice as well. What's the silver lining in your situation? I can see quite a few. You're getting grounded, you're opening up new opportunities and paths, and that you're going to be having a lot of hard work, which actually looks like a really good thing. Okay, my angels, I'm going to grab you a little affirmation. What do you need to hear when watching this video? This is saying, I'm grateful for this body, this mind, and soul. That's your affirmation. So if you want to put that in the comments, feel free to. This is, your body allows you to get up every morning and live. Your mind allows you to feel alive, and your soul is the one that allows you to have meaningful connections. Give thanks to them daily. So a little bit of what we just said about gratitude. Okay, my angels. So I'm going to love you and leave you. If you enjoyed this reading, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section, and like and subscribe if you feel called to. Personal readings should be open and available. The links will be down below. I do have a nice little offer there when I'm posting this, so feel free to go check that out. But aside from all that, I'll see you guys next time.